Radi Ivanovich, let's start with introducing yourself. Please tell us about yourself and how did you meet Rasim Arkadievich? For a long time I had been working at the Institute of Balneology and Physiotherapy in Sochi. I was the head of the institute clinic and I was engaged in the research of the influence of environmental factors on a human life. I discovered that the sea, which is supposed to be curative, is getting ill itself. At that point, I addressed to the government with the appeal for establishing the organization that would deal with the rescue of the Black Sea. An international congress was arranged. It was named the Black Sea Saving. The long-range program was heard and approved by the Federation Council and was accepted by the Committee on Ecology of the State Duma. The program found its use and impact on the recovery of the Black Sea. Examining outer space problems, I was able to find out a new planet. This planet is in the Andromeda Nebula. Here, this planet is shown on a large telescope. I received a certificate issued by the International Committee of Scientific Discoveries. This planet is of the 9th magnitude, and it was named after me. At present, the finding and development of new methods for human healing and for the environment impact on us can only be made at the intersection of sciences. I'm happy to work with such a great nuclear physicist, frankly speaking, a genius like Rasim Kamliya. It is still not clear for many the fact that he had made a lot. His brilliant speech at the International Congress certifies this. If for electrons, anti-electrons, i.e. positrons, exist, then for neutrons, antineutrons exist. For protons, antiprotons exist. There may exist the atoms of antimatter too. If in the atoms of ordinary matter electrons spin around nuclei, then in antimatter positrons spin around antinuclei. The 11th Congress Ecology and Children was held in Anapa from the 13th to 17th October. There I made a presentation on the theme Unity of Matter and Antimatter. Actually, this all started with this little brochure, which was published by our university. We have constantly kept in touch since Radi Ivanovich saw this brochure. Which year did it happen? In 2013. Later that year, I spoke at a conference in Sochi, and there I met Radi Ivanovich. I never thought that events could unfold so quickly. Thanks to him, I received an opportunity to speak at the Congress. That is how we cooperate. After the release of this brochure, Americans began to conduct research inside the Earth on the issue of the search for dark matter, which generally speaking is called in different ways. Dark matter, dark energy, black holes, and so on. The nature of a black hole is not clear yet. And here it comes. The problem touches philosophy as well. General development cannot be without the struggle of opposites. That is a source of development. To have this collision, it's necessary to ensure the unity of opposites. After all, we believe that we live surrounded by the material world, where there is matter and antimatter. We don't know where antimatter is. So, hypothetically, I had to come to that. starting from microparticles, electrons, atoms, the Earth, and finishing with galaxies. There is coexistence of opposites. There is matter and antimatter in the electron. There are electrons and positrons in the atom. A nucleus is opposite to electrons and has positive charge, which represents itself carriers, as we say, of positive charge. I am convinced there are positrons there. Well, there is a series of discoveries here. One can affirm for sure that essence is the nature of electric charge, which does not exist. As it turned out, a black hole is appeared to be antimatter with its own distinguishing characteristics. It was incorrectly spoken that a black hole swallows everything reached it. American scientists revealed the picture where the black hole emits gamma rays as the result of interaction between matter and antimatter. These are such brief assumptions. Was your report on the Congress accurate on this subject? Yes, it was. And what was the scientists' attitude towards your report? What was their reaction? Of course, the debates were very heated, and the report aroused plenty of questions. In the final resolution, the Congress made a decision to nominate me for the state and the Nobel Prize. It was adopted unanimously. In addition, I would like to underline that scientists in their speeches, it was an international symposium, commended Rasim Arkadьевич. It became clear that he had every reason for the nomination for the state and Nobel Prize. Of course, I was confident with the obtained results, but didn't think that events would unfold so quickly. This is due to Radi Ivanovich, who saw and infused over this work. For a long time I ruminated over it. Various thoughts